Timmy loves to party.
So do I when there's something to celebrate. And there is. I promised our friends in the basement that we would deliver, and we have. Kay has renounced her 15 minutes of goodness and re-embraced evil as I knew she would. You know, Timmy, for a civilian, that girl has enough of the right stuff to be one of us.
Poor Kay.
Poor Kay, my Aunt Fanny. She's going to get exactly what she's always wanted. Here, look at her.
Kay doesn't look that happy.
Well, she's not supposed to look happy. She's about to inflict all manner of pain and suffering on Charity and Miguel. Thanks to Kay, those two will never make love now. We will be spared and Charity will be doomed.
Tabitha, did you just say I was doomed?
Buddy, that wasn't so bad.
Just let him be. It was too soon for him to go out with other people. Just too close to Sheridan's death.
Sheridan, it's me.
This is still my home. Now get out of my way.
You are a nobody now, Ivy. A nobody, and you are stuck in this wheelchair. You are the laughing stock of Harmony. Everybody knows you were struck by lightning chasing after your ex-lover.
I would rather be a laughing stock than a stupid slut.
How dare you?
Oh, please, a tramp is still a tramp, even if she's in designer clothes. I am not about to give up my home and my belongings to you.
Either you let Ivy stay here, or by God, Julian, I am going to tell Rebecca Hotchkiss that you are already married to Teresa!
You just don't understand, do you, Eve? I'm holding the better hand. You tell Rebecca about me, I'll tell Big Bad TC that you gave birth to my baby.
Well, tell him. Tell him. You know he'll just kill you. Now, look, I'm warning you, Julian. You let Ivy stay here, or I'm going to tell the entire world everything that I know about Alistair and Julian Crane. Because I have had it up to here with how you treat people. That it is one thing to steal my innocence, but to ruin the daughter of my close friend, God, that could have been Whitney or Simone. Oh, I could kill you myself.
No, this isn't getting us anyplace.
Don't worry about it, Harper. She's bluffing. She'd never risk hearth and home to sell me out.
Try me. Let's just see who's the last man standing when I tell Ethan and Luis what you did to Teresa.
Teresa and I want to have a church wedding as soon as possible. So if we can, we'd like to schedule the first available time slot.
I'm sorry, Ethan, but I cannot marry you and Teresa. It is impossible.
Well, what's the problem, Father? What do you mean you can't marry Teresa and me?
Well, Father Monaghan meant was that he can't marry us until we have a new marriage license and everything. Isn't that right, Father?
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Tabitha, did I just hear you say that I was doomed?
Oh, I didn't say you were doomed. I said you might well feel doomed with all the trouble your family is facing right now.
Trouble? What? Did something happen?
Oh, How clumsy of me to break it to you this way. You obviously haven't heard. Oh, I do so hate to be the bearer of bad tidings.
What's wrong?
Well, your aunt and uncle, they're going through a rough personal patch right now. It seems that Grace was never legally married to Sam.
What?
I know, it's an awful shock, isn't it? But I suppose it shouldn't be, really, when you think that Grace has had amnesia all these years. I suppose she simply forgot she was married to David Hastings. Unfortunately, he's come back to town to reclaim her as his wife.
Oh, my gosh. This must be what the leaves were warning me to beware of.
Sam and Grace are upstairs right now comforting Jessica. And Kay couldn't deal with the news at all. She just ran off into the night.
Oh, this is awful.
No, don't worry. All right, your aunt and uncle are gonna work things out. They love each other.
No. If only love were enough, Miguel.
Sorry. I just thought you were someone else.
My friend's been under a lot of pressure lately. He didn't mean any harm.
That's okay. Whoever your Sheridan is, she's awful lucky you want to see her so badly. He was really crazy about her, wasn't he?
You have no idea. That's why I want him to be around other people right now. He shouldn't be alone with his thoughts.
You know, when Luis broke up with me, I was devastated, but at least I got to see him from time to time. I can't imagine what it would be like to lose the person you love forever.
Don't tell me you lost your sea angel already. Diana, so did you enjoy your tour of the island?
Yes, Brian showed me all around. It's a beautiful island.
Yeah, I think so. Best part is most of the world doesn't know we're here. Not that I couldn't use the business, but as I say, once they discover you, there's no going back. Guess the same thing can be said for people as well as islands.
Well, maybe in the morning I can take a long walk and look around. I wasn't really paying much attention to what I was seeing, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't apologize. You've been hurt. You're not yourself.
You know, Liz didn't mean anything by that.
No, it's all right. And she's right. I'm not myself since I can't remember who I am. Just because I'm not ready to have a sense of humor about my situation doesn't mean the rest of you can't.
Wise words, young lady. One of the best remedies I know for stress is a finely tuned sense of humor. The more you worry, the longer it'll take for you to regain your memory. Just try to relax, not strain your mind too much. That's your best bet.
I'll try. When Brian and I were down on the beach, I had a moment where I thought I might be Sheridan Crane.
You did?
Yeah. I read a story about her in the newspaper, being lost at sea. But then Brian told me that her body had been found and identified. I can't get her out of my mind, though. I don't know why.
Well, I think I do.
It's just like old times, isn't it?
A little. We never liked each other very much, even when we were sorority sisters.
And you have not changed a bit. You still hang on like a pit bull when there's something you want. You never have learned to let go.
And you did?
Sam Bennett is a perfect example. You see, he never was right for you, but you just couldn't say it. And you married Julian, but oh, you still had to hang on to the wrong side of the tracks. And what did it get you? A bastard son, a divorce, oh, and your own motorized wheelchair.
I would rather be paralyzed for the rest of my life than be you.
Ooh, and you're mean, too. Oh, you know, I have always said that behind that smile is a mean streak a mile wide. But it looks like it's finally caught up with you. Julian is going to divorce you, and there is nothing you can do about it. Oh, you literally do not have a leg to stand on.
I'm not leaving my home.
Oh, Ivy, please don't make me call the chief of police, your own dear Sam Bennett, and ask him to throw you out of the house on your tush. Oh, how embarrassing would that be?
You can call Sam. You can call the National Guard if you like. Rebecca, you can have Julian. Take him home with you. Sleep with him up in his room. I don't give a damn. But I will not accept this divorce of his. I didn't get married in Bermuda, and I am not honoring a divorce from there. This is still my home. I am staying. Now get out of my way.
I'm not afraid of you, Eve. I'll be glad to call your bluff, but just out of curiosity, why are you siding with Ivy now? I thought you hated her.
Not as much as I hate you for what you did to Teresa. Besides, Ivy is my patient. I owe it to her to make sure that she gets the best post-operative care that she can. And I am not about to watch you throw a paralyzed woman out of the home that has been hers for over 20 years.
Ivy can recuperate somewhere else. Why don't you find her one of those places with a wheelchair ramp and handicap parking? She is no longer my wife, ergo this is no longer her domicile. And I want her off these grounds immediately.
Oh, okay, well, then you won't mind if I tell Rebecca that you won't be having a wedding because you already have taken a wife. Rebecca!
Julian, she's going to do it.
No, she won't. She's bluffing.
Is that what you think, Julian? You know, there is a way to keep you from ruining any more young girls. I should have used a scalpel while we were at the hospital, but this'll do in a pinch.
I think I know why you can't get Sheridan Crane out of your mind.
Why? Tell me.
Oh, you know, what's the difference? We already know that the woman's dead. The papers confirmed who she was through her fingerprints and her dental records, Doc.
Don't bite Doc's head off. Just let him explain what he means.
Well, it's simple, really. Diana here read about what happened to Sheridan Crane at sea. And their experiences were so similar, she's just identifying with her. It's no wonder you're upset, realizing how close you came to losing your own life out in the hurricane. I think all Diana needs is to be left alone so she can get a good night's sleep. It'll help you forget all about this Sheridan Crane.
Don't you see? First I have a premonition about a boat exploding. Then we find out Sheridan Crane died in an accident at sea. Then I hear the leaves telling me to beware, and next thing I know, this awful thing is happening to my aunt and uncle.
And you have premonitions about things that don't come true, too. Okay, no offense to Tabitha, but you're getting the story secondhand. I mean, wouldn't it be better to hear what they have to say?
Yeah, I guess so.
And there's no way that Chief Bennett's gonna let some guy waltz into town and break up his family. He'd fight it with every bone in his body.
Just so you know, I'll back him all the way. I feel very protective towards the Bennetts. I always have. They're like a second family to me.
I'm kind of laying it on thick.
What am I supposed to say? The whole Bennett family gives me hives, and you're the only living thing I give a damn about?
Maybe not.
I'm on a roll here, Timmy. Charity thinks that the message from the leaves was about that David Hastings fellow. When really, it was about her mean-as-a-snake cousin Kay.
Is Kay still out there?
You bet she is. Scheming and plotting like the evil girl she is.
Try being good, and what did it get me? A broken home and a mom and dad who weren't even married? How would that? From now on, Kay Bennett's gonna be bad. And she's gonna get Miguel.
Oh, is that what you meant, Father? That you can't marry Teresa and me until we have a new marriage license?
As soon as you and Teresa have everything in order, I'll be glad to marry you.
Oh, well, great. I have the new license application in the other room. All I have to do is sign it. Go get it.
You told Father Lonergan, didn't you?
I was too upset to keep it to myself.
I covered for you, Teresa, but only because I want you to be the one to tell Ethan the truth.
But I can't, Father. If I tell Ethan that I married Julian, he will try to kill him, and so will Louise. If I can just keep this quiet for a few more days, Julian has promised to get us an annulment.
Annulment? Who's getting an annulment?
You should have to wear an ankle bracelet like paroled criminals have to wear. That way, if you got anywhere near a young, innocent girl, the alarm would go off and the police could swoop in and keep you from stealing yet another young woman's innocence. You don't even deserve to live among civilized people after what you've done.
You're not being rational, Eve.
Rational? No. No, I'm not. I remember what you did to me. And then I realize that you're just doing the same thing over again with Teresa. Who's next, Julian? Huh? One of my daughters?
Well, they are stunners.
Oh, that's it! I'm not gonna cut you with these, Julian. No, I'm gonna take care of you for good. I am gonna tell Rebecca everything that she should know about the man she wants to marry.
She's out of her mind.
Do you blame her after what you did?
Whose side are you on, anyway? Just to be stopped.
Brian.
I don't mean to intrude. I just wanted to make sure you had everything you needed.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. You had kind of a faraway look in your eye when you're looking out the window. Anything come back to you?
No, nothing that makes any sense.
Must be awful frustrating. Look, if there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, just ask, okay?
You've been so kind. I wouldn't even know what to ask for. Except... No, forget it. It's too silly.
No, go ahead. Ask away.
You're gonna think I'm crazier than you probably already do. I mean, it's hotter than July here, and for some reason I have this terrible craving for a hot cocoa. Liz probably wouldn't even have any.
Actually, I just happen to know where a secret stash is. Coming right up.
Hot cocoa. I wonder where that came from. Can't stop thinking about her, can you?
I try. This is everything I see, everything I do reminds me of her. The woman we saw just now, I mean, I could have sworn it was Sheridan. Even though I know logically that it couldn't be her. The body was positively ID'd before she was cremated. But honestly, I could have sworn that that woman was Sheridan.
Don't feel bad. Anybody who lost the love of their life would feel the same way.
Yeah. Even this place reminds me of her. We used to take long walks and take my jacket, put around her to keep her warm. Get hot cocoa. I almost smell it now. You know, you're a real good sport listening to me go on about Sheridan. Why don't you go join Hank and Lisa? I'm sure they're much better company.
No, not to me, Luis. And just for the record, I don't mind listening to you talk about Sheridan. I meant it when I said I really liked her.
She liked you too.
And besides, I owe you one. You know, when my father died, you listened to me go on and on for I don't know how long until I finally accepted his passing, and I want to be here for you until you get over Sheridan.
I was just telling the father that he will never have to worry about us getting an annulment.
Oh, that's for sure. We're gonna be married for 100 years, maybe even 200 years. Well, let's just finish filling out the license application. Dates of birth, places of birth. Are either of you married? Don't think so. Okay, you just need to sign right here, Teresa.
I see.
You might want to read through it before you sign it.
Oh, that's okay. We filled one of these out before, Father Lonigan.
Well, still, Ethan, you might want to double-check your answers. You don't want to make a mistake and have to do it all over again.
Okay, what's going on around here? Yeah, I'm getting the distinct feeling that something's going on that I don't know about.
Mama and Father Lonigan just want to make sure that everything goes smoothly this time.
Actually, it's more than that.
Can you hold on a sec, Father Lonigan? This will just take a minute, I promise. Hello? Hello? Someone there?
Mr. Ethan, it's Martha. There's a problem at the house.
Oh, I'm sorry, Martha, but you shouldn't have really called me. I'm not a crane anymore. It's not my house.
It's about your mother, sir. She's trying to run over Mrs. Hotchkiss in her wheelchair.
She's what? No, I'm on my way. Apparently, my mother and Rebecca are trying to kill each other.
But Ivy's in a wheelchair.
She's using the wheelchair as a weapon. I guess I better stop them.
Please, Father, don't tell Ethan that I married Julian. I will lose him forever if you do.
Things are going from bad to worse.
Feeling a bit better, dear?
No, not really.
Well, I know just the thing to cheer you up. I was going to have a late-night snack. Would you and Miguel like to join us?
Us?
Did I say us? Oh, dear. Well, you know how attached I am to my little Timmy doll. If I treat him as real, I feel a little less lonely.
Tabitha's right. You should eat something.
Now, if you're not hungry, Miguel, why don't you go out and have a word with your friend Kay?
I'd be glad to, but I thought you didn't know where she went.
No, well, I've just caught a glimpse of her out there, and she looks very upset. Not that I blame her after what Grace and Sam told her tonight.
Would you mind if I go talk to her?
No, go ahead.
Tabitha's bad. Why, thank you, Timmy.
Miguel, where's Charity?
Inside with Tabitha. I heard about that David Hastings guy. How you doing?
Oh, aside from the small matter of finding out I'm illegitimate, just fine.
Hey, you don't have to play tough girl with me. I know it's gotta be rough.
You're right. It is rough. Can you believe I actually bought into the idea that when our house was finished again, we'd be like a family?
Never gonna be a real family
No,
again.
don't say that, Kay. All right, your mom and dad love each other and you guys more than anything in the world. They'll work this thing out.
Miguel, it's not just a thing. My mom is married to some guy that we don't even know. But, you know, don't worry about me, because, I learned a lot tonight. Life isn't always fair. If you want something, you just have to reach out and grab it. You do whatever it takes to make yourself happy.
Father, I'm afraid Teresa's right. If she confesses what she's done to either Ethan or her brother Luis, terrible things will happen. Ethan is still worried about his mother, and Luis is devastated by Sheridan's death. And they will take out their anger and frustration on Julian and pay for it the rest of their lives. Please, don't tell anyone what I've told you. Please, Father.
You're one of my most devout parishioners, Pilar. If that is your wish, I will respect it.
Thank you.
But Teresa must understand. There can be no wedding to Ethan until her marriage to Julian is annulled.
What if that man doesn't keep his promise? What if that animal truly has ruined Teresa's life forever?
You cannot think that, Pilar.
Oh, Father. How can I not? All my life, I have lived for this family, for my family. My beloved Martin disappeared. And then my son, Antonio, my oldest, gone. I still light candles for them every night. I pray for their safe return. I don't get angry with God. I don't even question why he's done this to me. I accept his will. I give him thanks for the good things that I have left. Miguel and Teresa and Luis. But now my children are suffering too. I can't take any more of this. I can't do this anymore.
Give it up, Ivy. I won, you lost. But let go of me!
Oh, if you insist. You can browbeat Julian all you want to, Rebecca. But you will never oust me from this house, not as long as there is breath in my body. You are the trespasser here, not me.
Where's Rebecca?
In the foyer, why?
Because I have something I need to tell her.
I don't care what she says, she's lying. Oh, Pokey, she tried to kill me.
Oh, my. Things are getting more interesting by the minute. And when you find out what Julian's done, you're gonna want to kill him.
You gonna be okay getting on by yourself?
Yeah, do it every night. But if you want to come by for some hot cocoa.
Oh, thanks. Not tonight. Maybe another time.
Yeah, maybe another time. Thank you.
This is good.
Well, people do tell me I make a mean cup of hot cocoa. So does it remind you of anything?
I feel like it should. I'm not sure.
I wish I could help.
I wish you could too.
Well, I guess I should let you get some sleep.
Thank you for being so nice.
Anytime.
What is it? What am I feeling?
Well, Eve, what's Julian done now?
Whatever Eve has to say is irrelevant at the moment. I will not have you and Rebecca going at one another like mud wrestlers.
Ethan!
Mother, are you all right? What's Rebecca done to you?
Don't worry about it, darling. I can more than handle myself against Rebecca. Although I do find it rather tacky that she and Julian are trying to kick me out of my own home. Oh, that's terrible. They have no right. Well, I appreciate your indignation, Teresa, but I can do without your help.
Mother, I thought you've gotten past all that garbage having to do with the emails sent to the tabloid coming from Teresa's computer.
I have tried, Ethan, but let's face it, none of us would be in this predicament if it weren't for Teresa's carelessness.
Look, I don't want to hear it, all right? Look, I love Teresa more than I ever did. And you're still going to get married. I want you two to get along.
So what's this big bombshell that has to do with Julian, Eve?
If this has anything to do with my mother's physical condition, well, Julian doesn't matter. Not only am I Ivy's son, but I am also her attorney. And I want to be absolutely sure that Julian and his legal team aren't trying to pull a fast one on her due to her vulnerable condition.
Are you going to let him talk to you that way?
He has no choice, Rebecca. Because there's not a court in this land that would condone throwing my mother out of a house she's lived in for 20 years. Isn't that right, Harper?
Well,
Look, that aside, I'm not convinced that your divorce was legal, Julian.
But of course it was.
Why should I believe you? I haven't seen one iota of paperwork on a financial settlement, nor have I seen a copy of the divorce decree. You do have one, don't you, Julian?
Well, not on my person, but I'm sure it's on file with the magistrate down there.
Well, fine then. I will call Bermuda first thing in the morning and talk to them myself. But I want you all to understand that from this moment on, we are contesting the divorce. You will not be marrying anyone else, much less throwing my mother out of her house.
What are you? This is outrageous. What?
Don't argue with them.
No, but I'm just...
Don't you see? Well, the divorce is being contested. Rebecca will have to back off on marrying you. This will buy you the time you need to get your annulment from Teresa.
If Ethan calls the authorities in Bermuda about Julian's divorce, they will tell him about his marriage to me.
I don't see it that way, Kay. My mother raised me to believe that if you just treat people right, good things will happen for you.
My mom raised me to believe that too, Miguel, but you know what? Life just doesn't work that way. Bad things happen to good people all the time, Miguel.
It's Charity.
Good grief! What in the world are you screaming at?
Those leaves, they just appeared under the door.
It's okay. It's okay. They got blown in by the wind.
No, Miguel, they did
No,
this.
it's all right.
They're following me. They're trying to warn me of something. I can feel it.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
No.
Okay? It's okay.
It's so cold. It's so cold.
Okay, it's okay.
And so the fun begins.
Ethan is sure to find out that I married Julian when he calls Bermuda in the morning.
No, not if Julian can get the marriage annulled by then. Then it should be expunged from the records.
Mr. Crane, you have got to get the annulment immediately.
I'm doing my best, dear.
Excuse me, Teresa. I need a word with my future husband. Julian, are you and your attorney actually allowing Ivy to contest a perfectly legal divorce? Just throw her out of the house.
Well, not just yet, dear.
Why not? You said you would.
Well, I know, but on second thought, I realized how unseemly it might appear for me to throw my newly paralyzed ex-wife out of a home she's called her own for so many years.
Absolutely correct, Julian. You wouldn't want to pull a female judge if this goes to court.
We've just won the first round, Mother.
Well, what about us? What about our wedding plans? Just how long is she going to stay here?
Well, it shouldn't take more than a couple of days to straighten this out. I think you can be patient for that long.
To hell with patience. I demand to know what the hell is going on here.
Well, I guess this is goodnight.
Thanks for putting up with me.
I told you.
Right. I'm great company.
You don't have to be with me.
No. I'm glad Hank got me to come out. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. That's not what I meant.
No,
I just...
don't worry about it. I really do understand. Take care of yourself, you hear?
I'll do my best.
Hello, Moon. Are you looking over my friends and family, too? Where are they? Doesn't anyone miss me?
Night, Sheridan.